Well, hello there, YouTube. Welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. My name is Emily. Today, we are here at Frankfurt in the Airbus A330 in the Fahrhansa Diversity Wings livery. You can see it's one of the Lufthansa variations. This reskin is available from the FlightSim website, flightsim.to website, sorry. And as you can see, I've managed to walk up some air stairs here, which I think is actually really cool. I didn't think that collision box would work. But alas. So we've done our walk around. The aircraft is ready to go flying. We're going to New York today. And should be a pretty cool little sortie, right? So what we'll do, we'll run down the steps. Walk over to the air bridge, and there's definitely like a door. You walk up some stairs and it gets you inside. Look at that crossfade. We're in the aircraft now. Oh. So the aircraft has been deposited on stand for us. The one thing I've done just to save us some time is I've set the IRS to start aligning, so we've got 3 minutes left on that. But what we can do is go whoop and scoop and zip and that's it. This definitely wasn't previously meant to be a different sortie today. So we're going from Frankfurt to JFK. We're in the A330-300. We'll let it figure itself out. So we're going sort of fairly far south today. We'll look at that. So we're going to take off out over Germany into Netherlands airspace. So you can see we get really close to Belgian airspace. We don't actually enter Belgium today. Right over the top we go. We literally hook around it, and then we go straight over the top of London. Over sort of Gloucestershire area, really. Yeah, should be a pretty cool little flight over the Atlantic. We drop down right past Gander, my favourite show on the show, which is finishing soon. I'm not going to get to go and see it again, which makes me incredibly sad. To JFK. And yeah, that's where we're arriving. We don't know what our arrival will be yet. We'll figure that part out. I'd love something that takes us over the city, but we'll figure that out, like I say. Probably should have just done Newark, shouldn't I? Oh well. We'll generate that flight. And I'm going to hide my tabs so that it looks a bit more professional. 3, 2, 1, done. There's nothing in there that I need to hide, so I don't need to put my black box back over it. Basically, I'm not showing my porn. Right. Yes. Okay, this works. So, ignore that. I've not bothered to program the call sign in. I want to just do a view PDF. This PDF is what SimRiff generates. This is how I do all my flights now. So the Trent 772s, which is correct engine type. So the amount of fuel we're planning to burn today is 44.9 tons of fuel. Gives us an air time in the air of 8 hours 5 minutes. Got a contingency on top of that for 25 minutes, which is just our here, there, 5%. 35 minutes goes to our alternate at Philadelphia, and our 30-minute unburnable reserve of 2.1 tons. That gives us a minimum takeoff fuel of 52.47 tons, but we also add 544 tons onto our taxi for that. And that gives us a total fuel that we need to load today of 52971. So let's plug that in. Yeah, we'll go a bit heavy on the fuel, which is absolutely fine. Instant loading of the fuel. Now we'll go back to that tab. And this also tells us our payloads today. I think it's 335 people with 8.4 tons of cargo. Not flying much today, are they? Like, in terms of luggage, I should say. I think 8.5 tons. The animations are a bit fucky-wucky, aren't they? 200 kilos here, there, no one's going to notice. Instant loading of that, please. So that now gives us our aircraft loading. I'm going to now to the next stage for us, basically. You can see the aircraft sort of jolted there slightly as we applied the weight. You've got your captain's uniform on. Oh, is that co-pilot's bars? I think 3 is co-pilot, isn't it? It's like senior FO, basically, sorry. What we'll do is we'll do our Mukdu setup now. So we've got our IDIRSs aligned, which is handy dandy. Like I said, we can't go flying soon. So I'm going to turn display capture off, which is why the screen just flashed. F11 to come out of full tab mode, and let's start plugging this journey in. So, I'm going to clear the error messages on both sides. There we go, FM1. Time for our system to overload FM2 on that side, and we'll do our initialization. We're going Echo Delta Delta Foxtrot / Kilo Juliet Foxtrot Kilo. That's how I remember JFK Airport's identifier. I'm going to leave the flight number as just cost index. We said was 51 today, I believe. Let's double check that. No, cost index is 10. We are mega efficient today, I think that. But yeah, we're going for mega efficiency points today. Initial altitude is flight level 360. And we said our block fuel for today was going to be the fuel that we had loaded, which is a total of 55.4 tons. That tells us our block fuel. Now what we do is we look over here and we get our zero fuel weight of 158.0 and 26.6. 158.0/26.6. This basically lets the aircraft calculate stability for the flight. So zero fuel weight is how much the aircraft weighs without any fuel in it. So the aircraft knows how much it weighs empty, how much fuel I've plugged in it, and how much payload it's now got, which is exactly what we want. Oh, well, sorry, it knows its weight for the flight is 158 tons, and that's its empty weight. So if we took all the fuel out, it weighs 158 tons. We put 55.4 tons on top of that, so it can basically use that to calculate its center of gravity for the flight. We are going to be departing Frankfurt on 07 Charlie on a Obok to Delta. Obok to Delta at the top there. We'll insert that. And then from there, it's a Zulu 29 airway. From Boca Airways, Zulu 29, and that's to Torno. You're checking, you guys haven't frozen. No, you haven't. Outstanding. From Torno, there's some direct twos, so I'll plug those in next. So I'll go insert. So from Torno, it's going to be direct to Breda, which is a 10 in the Netherlands, I believe. No, got that the wrong way around, didn't I? Always forget which way to do it. I'll yeet Breda out of that. Yeetus, that Bredas, and yeet that discontinuity. And then we'll just put it to the other south side, so in Breda. And then after Breda, it's direct Gulso. After Gulso, it's a Quebec 63 airway. And that's going to take us to Ictam. Lima 179. Stop. And from there, we've got a bunch of direct twos. So we're at Sub, which for those who are playing along at home is sort of south of Oxford, right next to Swindon. I'm going to do a quick jump cut. The one thing that occurred to me that we haven't actually done yet in the video is take GSX, because we've loaded the payloads, but we're going to tell it to request boarding, which means the aircraft will start getting loaded now. So the doors are opening, so the groundies are going to come and start. We've got the high loaders. The other steps are coming up just so we can evacuate quicker if we need to. And yeah, we are going to sortie today. I just wanted to get that started. I just realised that as I was doing my little drum cook. So for those of you playing along at home, yeah, it's still the festive period for me. So I made the pigs and blankets I didn't eat yesterday for breakfast, and they are truly scrumptious. Mm. I'm now officially curious because we do test important theories here. No, do not attach the pushback tug. No, the crew are already on board. They've been prepping the aircraft. We've got loose loading baggage, and we've got our containers arriving here. No, there. Part the scenery. Hey, how you doing? So I'll just pop up and see if I can actually climb up this. Well, this is cool. I can't get in the aircraft, but I can walk right up to the door. I'll try and land on a remote stand so I can go and say hi to the cabin crew. So it's opened the wrong door for us, which is a bit of a shame. I'll reprogram that later. But yeah, we'll get back on board the aircraft. I love that that door sort of transposed across and it actually kind of works. Pigs in blankets. Alrighty, so we're back in the cockpit. We are boarding passengers. It's going to take a hot minute today. So as we do that, I suppose, so we need to do the temporary insert on this, which inserts the flight plan all the way to SOP. And from SOP, it's direct to Ozil. From Ozil, it's direct to RPAC. RPAC direct to Felka. Felsa. If we are German today. Yes. After Felka, it's direct off socks, which I've taken my socks off, so that's good. So going to that waypoint. Oh, there we go. From off socks, it's direct to Slaney. From Slaney, it's direct to Malot. Now I am going to leave a disco in there because the plan is I'm going to be programming in during the flight the nat tracks basically, but we come out the other end. Actually, no, I'll not do a disco because I'll break things. I'll come out the other end at a place called Alry, and from Alry I'm direct Tusky. Those are both at the same level of north, and that's in the southern hemisphere, so we'll go to that one. From Tusky, it is direct to Plym, and then it's the star from there. There we go. So I got the passengers on. So we've got the aircraft programmed. The passengers are getting on. They're taking their sweet, sweet time. So what we're going to do, we're going to actually just sit down and... oh, the high loaders are finished. Yep. Well, a lot of 777s on stand today. But what we'll do is we will just... Apologies there, had a bit of a cough. We'll just sit here and wait for that to finish. I do love this livery though, right? Don't you? Alright. We'll do a jump cut and we'll come back when the passengers are boarded.
We are ready for pushback.
Okay, so ground's just, yeah, so we've basically just finished boarding everyone. I sped them up a little bit. I walked in the terminal, was like, everybody on! We're going to New York, bitches! And everyone sort of piled on the aircraft. I did start the APU a little late, so that's just starting up now. We're still on GPU, and I'm going to remain on GPU until we get the APU. Until we get ourselves sorted. You can see she's just plugging our bypass pin in down there. Shows just how big this aircraft is compared to where she is on the ground. The tug's getting connected on. Go back in the cockpit and we'll wait until the APU tells us it is fully spooled up. Where's the APU button on here? There it is. APU is available. So now in a moment of brief courage, there we go, APU start taking over. So what I can do is go back down here and say toggle the GPU off. And that now gets us ready for pushback. So the nose wheel's now being lifted. And she'll tell me she's ready for me to push out soon TM. We're going nose to the left, tail to the right, please.
Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Roger. Beacon light goes on, I suppose. And we'll start engine for, yeah, we'll do engine 1 then 2 for a bit of variety, eh? Because we need to do both engines for the taxi out anyway. So like I say, we should get spun nose to our left, to aircraft left, which is that way. Which will take us off stand. Whilst we get pushed out and we monitor our engine startup, definitely. That's not the flight we're doing today. So we can unload that flight. I just want to look at airports and I want to do Frankfurt and mine. And I want to do my charts. And I want to do my taxi charts. That's just the text, isn't it? Yeah. I just want an FP field diagram, please. So we're over here. I believe we're November 3 apron by Terminal 1. Yeah, we'll be sort of in this area here. So we're November 5 apron, sorry. Roger. Parking brake set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
What I will do is just tell her to go away because she takes forever anyway. But 7 Charlie is the first runway we come up on, which is handy dandy. So we basically just taxi down November. And then enter via Lima 20 or Lima 21, whichever we fancy, basically. Cool. Good chat, good chat. Right. Oh, neither of my engines started. That's... Stop here and complete the pushback. Thank you. My APU bleed wasn't turned on, was it? Well, that was dumb of me. I'll turn off both of my packs. Just to allow it. So basically the air conditioning is gone off. It's going to get quite stuffy in the aircraft for a few moments. Whilst my engines start. So, yep, that's a good point. There we go. Now the engine number, what one is starting up now. I just love the way this game looks. Again, I've said it before, I will say it again. This, this is 2 generations of game after FSX, right? And this is near enough straight out the box. Okay, I've got a custom livery for my A330, and that's a bit fucked. But aside from that, damn. Like, I'm basically using professional flight planning tools. I have managed to plug in a full journey halfway across the world into an aeroplane that comes with a video game, as per how it would work in real life. That is incredible to me. We'll give that another engine a moment or two whilst it starts up, and I'm actually going to do a takeoff performance now. So we'll sync and we'll calculate our takeoff performance. 162. Wow, we're going to be storming into the air. Sorry, at 170 knots. We are one heavy ass A330 today. Okie dokie. Parking brake released. Let's taxi off. So I'm going to just set my climb way speed in. 185 knots. Don't. I'm turning right here. You're going to let me turn. My God, AI. It's not got much better, have you? Not got much better, have you? I have actually flown through Frankfurt before. I've never actually left the airport in Frankfurt, but I did do a Prague to Frankfurt, change airplanes, get another airplane, and fly Frankfurt to Manchester. Alright, we'll just... Belt up sign should be on, to be fair. And turn the APU off, turn that off, set that up. There we go, 25 knots, which is perfect ground speed. Throttles are set to idle now. Okay, after start / taxi check, so that's going to get put to that position. We'll go flap 1, which is our takeoff flap. And we'll do our perf page. And we said 162, 170, 170. And a flex temp of 48. And a flap of position 1. Okay, cool. Check. I love that little glider just in an airliner stand. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, we'll pull around to the side, let that A330 around us, eh? Going to take a lot of boot of power to get this moving. Like I say, we are heavy. Last note, EDDF. We'll update the weather brief. 1037 hectopascals. Which is absolutely fine. We'll scroll your side to 137. Incredibly high pressure in Europe today. And we'll scroll that up to 137, 1037. So mean sea level pressure. So this obviously, so we get a barrel ref, which is calculated to basically mean sea level pressure, which like a random location in basically it's because obviously sea level is not the same globally, but basically everyone puts the same free pressure in, so everyone gets the same reading on their oxygen gauges, and it's accurate enough to avoid terrain. So yeah, basically below your transition level, you're using the dear God, turn, you bastard. There we go. So this is actually 07 Charlie here. And we're just going to turn and taxi off down this way. I don't understand why I'm having issues with air traffic data at the moment, and I don't know how to turn that off, so we're just going to keep getting that bing for today's flight, and I can only apologise for it. Right. We can set our order brakes to max, I suppose. Cabin check will be set soon. We'll arm our speed brakes. Clear that, and we'll do takeoff config check. We'll just put our engine page on there. So yeah, we've received the cabin confirmation, so we'll do our takeoff config test. Takeoff config normal. Takeoff ECAM, no blue. Oh, idle is just idle, good. Use a chunk of power, just keep us rolling. Like I say, 35 knots will be the maximum I'd be aiming for. We're on a long straight taxi, so I can afford to go a bit quicker here. How pretty does she look, though? I absolutely love that livery, to be fair. Get a lot of Wizz Air cargo A330 sticking around in Europe. We are approaching the threshold. Winds are pretty chill today, which is nice. So plan will be take the centre line. We've got clearance, which we will momentarily. What we'll do is we are squawking 2000, which is fine, I guess. TAR rate, all threats, auto on the TCAS mode, and that's all set now. So our transponder is on. Our landing lights go on. Our nose light goes to takeoff mode because we've got clearance. Our strobe light goes on. Seatbelt signs checked. Everything else is set and checked. Cool. Cabin crew, please take your seats. Okay, that's cabin crew now going to get seated and ready for the takeoff roll. And that way we can go flying. Let's do a thing. Yeah, we'll go Lima 20 entrance point, which is fine by me. Bear in mind, I know it looks like this looks bad, but the nose wheel is behind me, remember. Last external look before we take the runway. Remember, like, I am there. That's my eye point. The nose wheel's like 6 foot behind me. So, we'll take about 40% power. Just enough to keep us rolling. It's going to be, we're not going to stop once we enter, so we are just going to roll in and take centre line and punch it, basically. Punch it, Hunkmeyers. So, lovely day for flying in Germany today. Oh, that looks good. Right. Flex. Manflex. SRS. Runway. There's an aircraft lining up in front of us. That's quite funny. We're ignoring that aircraft. 80 knots cross-checked. Ignore that aircraft, guys. That is not there. You cannot see it. Yeah, he's just crossing the runway in front of us. He's an idiot. Mac. V1, rotate. V2. And tapping the toe brakes there. Landing gear comes up. And I'm trying to fly the flight directors. 800 above. Climb thrust. Autopilot 1. I'll climb. Do just want to have a peek out the window actually whilst we're here. As the landing gear comes up. You know what? I quite like that just for, again, a thumbnail. So that is Frankfurt over there on the left. That looks like Frankfurt on mine. That is where we've driven a train from. So we've driven a train along this line here. That's quite fun, right? Oh yeah, this is where I always get PZB'd. That's quite funny. I've just figured out where we are in relation to the game. That's very funny. 220 knots. We'll go flapless. So after takeoff items, flaps up, speed brakes disarmed, landing lights off, taxi lights off. We'll blip the no smoking signs. That'll release the cabin crew to begin prepping for their service. And that's the aircraft set. Autopilot, auto throttle. Oops, I really should have set that high, shouldn't I? That's very embarrassing for all involved. So just put 23,000 in. And we do manage altitude, which is a right click. So that puts the aircraft into managed mode. So we'll still try and climb, but I'll just do it in its own way. As we turn out around Frankfurt, which is really cool. Like I say, that's Frankfurt am Main, which is the main station at Frankfurt. Yeah. And then that's downtown Frankfurt. Pretty cool, eh? And then that's the countryside. Even cooler. Is that where we took the Vectron out of? I think so. It's cool to get it in that sort of flying perspective. So what are we looking at for weather in America? We'll talk about that a little before we get into the flight. 3606. Yeah, it's sort of winter in New York, really. It's interesting, isn't it? The different format for the air racks. Like, yeah. Not the air racks, sorry. The maneuvers. Standardize. Standardize. And standardize. There we go. So we are climbing out at 250 knots. We're flying the departure here. Like I say, we're cleaned up. We've done our after takeoff items. It's a lovely day here for flying here in Germany now. So what we'll do, I'm going to knock off my belt up sign. Put that off. It means everyone can get up and start moving around the cabin. And we'll get comfy, basically. And what I'll do is I'll just scroll. Well, because we'll say ATC's, because it's Boxing Day, basically, it's dead airspace. So ATC is like, yeah, you guys can go straight up to 370 if you want. So we are. Very heavy Airbus today, though. Very, very heavy Airbus. It was actually 360, I believe, it was our cruise level, sorry. No, it was 370, I'm being it. No, it was 360 because we're westbound, yes. Anyway, let's do our turn on course. And depart over Germany. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video today. I really hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. This is what I love about Flight Sim. Like I say, the launch, of course, it was buggy and, all that kind of thing, but guys, like, come on. To get previous flight sims looking anywhere near this good, you'd be spending millions, well, not millions, but thousands on scenery, and it would all be patchy, and the flight dynamics wouldn't be as good as they are now, and all that kind of thing, whereas this is just a really good representation of the world and of the Airbus A330 straight out the box. Obviously, a satellite has its issues, like in front of us you've got that crease in, where it's clearly two different images glued together. But, fine, let's do that. It's incredible what they've managed. And even things like photogrammetry and all that kind of technology improvement and, yeah, fantastic. Diversity wins, Diversity wins. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video as much as I did. Hit the like video if you did. Subscribe to see more from me in the next part of this video. Probably coming tomorrow or on Saturday. Until next time guys, bye.